Hello and welcome back to another Geekpandatech unboxing video. So today we have the indoor hydroponics growing system, self-sustained farm for indoor all year round. So you can grow your own fruits and veggies. And so this is supplied by Iparts Expert. I purchased this on Amazon absolutely ages ago, but I'm finally got around to unboxing it now. So let's get into the box. So when we opened the box, we're first greeted by our plant food nutrition guide, and that tells us everything that's inside each of the plant foods and how to use it and the measurements to use. And then we have our setup guide, and then we have the main event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, pull the box off, pop that down there, flip it back the right way and pull these out. So this is the lighting system, all the LEDs in there as you can see, and then the main unit itself. Let's get rid of this rubbish, and then everything else is inside here, so we'll just undo these tags. So we have our first tub of plant food and plant food B. So it seems like you've got to add water to them and they are soluble, as you can hear. Then we have our baskets and what looks like little toppers that go on top of them. That's quite nice to include. Then we have sticks to help the stems grow up. Also a very nice addition. Just stuck in there. And then you have the main beam itself, which actually extends, I believe. And you can see just how far that extends. Wow, that's pretty high. And then you have these sponges themselves, which are a bit different to what I'm used to before. They're quite hard. Should offer some good rootage in there. And lastly, the plug. And as you can see right down in the base here, we've got our little, just gonna see if we can pop that up, there you go. That's the lid for the pump that's in there. It's all protected by foam and mesh to stop it getting blocked up by any rogue roots or leaves or whatnot that fall into there. So we'll just pop that back on, secured in there. And there we go. So I'm going to quickly run through the setup and get it built, and then we'll get some plants going. Right then, so we're going to quickly just run through the building of this, but just before we do, I'm going to run around the actual product. So down in this one corner here, we have the outlet itself. So we've got a little rubber cover that just pops off and lets any excess water out for when you want to change it or drain it. And then on this side, you've also got your power insert just at the bottom there. All your information at the bottom. This also looks like an electrical unit that feeds up to the top of the LED lights. So that's probably all the main brains. And what you can hear floating around in there, I believe, is the water level sensor. So that will detect all the water that's in there and it will stop when it notices there's no water, or basically alarm out. So let's build this up. So you have one side with a little chamfer on. You can't get it too wrong. Poke that down in there till you hear a little click. Take off that little top protection there. We'll just pop this on for now. That definitely goes that way there with a little notch cut out there. And then the light, the top of the light, exactly the same. It's got a little chamfer, and then you just pop that like so. It will click on and won't come back off. So as you can see, that's the main system itself built up. Right then, so I've got the machine plugged in and ready to go. So, well, I haven't got it plugged in at the moment because it creates an awful beeping sound. So what we need to do first is add some water in. So we'll take out this little bung. Make sure your bung on the back side that we looked at earlier is in and secure. And we'll start pouring in. Now this can take a maximum of 5 litres inside it. So I was quite nervous when pouring water on the desk. But no leaks so far. Of course at this stage you can just use one of the other holes, or a little bit quicker, but just check that level. Okay, so that's right at the minimum level. So let's try and give this a little plug in and see what happens. There you go, there's the beep. And hopefully it should stop. And there we go, just needed a little bit more water, so we'll turn the power on now. And as you can see, the machine's lit up and the pump is agitating the water in there quite nicely. Now that we have the growing system set up, we need to make up our plant food. So we'll unscrew the lids. It's got a little bit of foil in there that's stuck in there, that's nice. And all we do is we get a bit of water. Purified water is best. Fill this up. Oh, maybe a bit much there. And just the same with the other one. Pop that lid back on, and just in case we'll pop these on as well. We'll just give these a proper good shake. And I'll come back once they're done. Now that they have dissolved sufficiently, as it states on the bottle here, we need to add 15 milliliters of each for 3 liters, which is approximately what's in there. And the top is actually got little measurements on it. So pretty much all this, all the way to the top. I'll pop that in. So that was nutrient A. And then B. And there as well. And then the final stage, we'll get some seeds in there ready for germinating. So then finally we're back for the last part. So I have my seed collection out. So we have the usual things that you would probably want to grow. So we've got some parsley, we've got some basil, we've got some dill and some chives. And then something a little bit more adventurous, we've got some iceberg lettuce, some peppers, some tomatoes, watermelons and cucumbers. So what we're going to do is 2 each of the spices as such, and 1 each of the more adventurous things that may or may not grow, who knows. So what I'm going to do is, this is the hard bit, I'm trying to grab out just a couple. So we'll pop a couple of those right in the middle of the pod. There we go. And we'll pop that back there. And a couple more just in there. There we go. There they are. So that's the deal. And there we have it, we are all set up and ready to go, and I'll come back in about 2 weeks when hopefully all of our lovely little seeds are germinated. So quickly before I go though, I want to just run through the buttons on the top. So we have the power button, which turns the system on and off. Then we have the veg button and the flower button, which both do the same kind of thing. So when you press them, it will automatically be set for the 16 hours and then off for 8 hours and light up for another 16 hours. So you might have to play around a little bit with timings and setting that. And then the pump button, so it runs for a 24-hour working mode when the light is on and starts to work. And then to flash, the machine switches on for a 12-hour do not disturb mode. So there we go, we can turn that off straight away then, and then it will turn off for 12 hours and come back on in another 12 hours. I don't know if this runs continuously, but we'll give that a try. So, and here we are back again, just with a little quick update, as we can see. So this is 9 days on now, and I've been looking after the plants, and they have been germinating and growing quite lovely. The only two that haven't taken are these two right here. They're both the black kind of seeds. They don't look like they've taken at all. So we'll carry on and we'll see if they sprout at any point. Obviously, I believe this one was the melon one, and that is growing like crazy. The back one here just has a couple of roots growing, and we're just waiting for that to come through. And this back one here has a little green head on it, so we're waiting for that one to carry on growing up. But everything else is progressing really well. Yeah, we'll come back in another week or so and see where we are.